go for race one of the day. And on pole position is Mario Aji, the Indonesian. Fifth that long lap penalty. Diogo Moreira in 6th. 7th is Jose Antonio Rueda, 15th. Clement Rouge is in 16th. Jons Gerard Rieu, Noah Detwiller and Colin Vaya, followed up by Fabio.
Gets underway here in Barcelona now, and Aji fires away from pole position for the very first time, but it's going to be Josito Garcia will pull side by side with him, and Holgado from row 2, the championship leader, fires through and will take the whole shot into the opening corner. What a start from the 96. Ortola's up there, the 24, 4 abreast as we come down towards turn 4 for the very first time, and it's now Matsuyama that takes over at the front, the Japanese rider.
Not Blattery, sorry, it is Matsuyama through up into second place, as it looks like, or maybe one of the talent team boys has gone on the inside on the Australian Galicia machine.
It's the revamped turn 10 for the very first time.
Well wide.
High and wide there was David Real, and here comes Holgado. He got the elbows out again there, and he squeezes his way through. I tell you what, that's Ortola that's gone down.
Has made 0 mistakes, completely consistent, so that is uncharacteristic from him, as we see Mario Aji now diving up the inside into the final corner.
Big hits the front and is looking to pull away nice and early. Rueda, the pocket rocket, was there in 3rd before Ortola dives up the inside.
Recovering after that slow start, so across the line for lap 1, it's going to be Holgado who leads just from Matsuyama, and Aji behind. It looks like, is that Jose Julian Garcia coming down now? It looks like he's maybe going to lead into turn 1. Oh, look at this on the grass.
Matsuyama, who's back out front now, but here comes Holgado. He's not messing around today. Garcia's there in 3rd, or was. Pictures me, that was a hold your breath moment. So close there. And then around the outside of Matsuyama, but he's able to hold on as the Japanese rider. What a start this is. These guys are certainly
in 29th with that 49.7, the only man in the whole field in the 49s. So he's riding angry and he's riding fast. Ivan Ortola on the move, see if he can
buried in the slipstream. It's taken them some time to be able to pull alongside him and even get past him. They will in the end. Aji around the outside, rolls through and hits the front. Is wide though, that's going to compromise his run through turns 2 and 3, but he's just about going to hold on, is he? Yes, he is. Aji hits the front here. But David Salvador, importantly, the man 2nd in the championship, this has gone unnoticed, has crashed out. We don't know where. Don't be surprised to see the pair of them picking their way through throughout this race.
Yeah, what we must just say though, Jack, let's hope and pray that the two Munoz,
when he can drag them through to the front, we could have a couple of Brits fighting it out for the podium here, but a long way to go. 13 laps left of the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, and out front it's Mario Aji that leads the way from Diogo Moreira now, with Josito Garcia settling into the British fans tuning in. A great start, and in the leading group are 2 Brits, Scott Ogden, fresh from a best ever Junior World Championship. Daniel, who's already up to 4th, and only a couple of places back is David, the number 64. He's going to gain a couple of places there, isn't he? Big dive up the inside, and he'll now move through.
And that is Mario Aji. Is it Aji? Is it Aji? Yes, it is Aji. So Aji's hit the front again. So the pole man has gone back to the front with a 92 time. It will be 12 laps to go. And look at the back of this group. Daniel Holgado, who's already picked off 1 in the group. And just to clarify, that long lap penalty cost him around 2.3 seconds. So it was nowhere near as much as...
Does have experience in this class, but as we've seen so far on a number of occasions, he's fairly partial to a dive bomb or 2.
Yeah, obviously had good pace and qualified well on the 3rd row. So it was obviously in for a good race, much better than his qualifying performance last time out in Estoril, the 16th, which really hampered him in the races. So on
their Junior World Championship career, Ogden into his 2nd full season now with the Aspar squad, and Josh Watley having moved through from the European Talent Cup as well. Great to see them battling in this leading group, and a good ride coming from the number 63 there as well, Syarifuddin Azman, one of the next.
Incredible. He's been running in the 49s all race long, so he's been picking up almost half a second, well, 3/4 of a second on the people in front of him all race. And also just in this top 10 group, but just like other runners that are just behind. Oh, he needs to be careful there, actually. That's a few times he's ran out onto the green. If he's not too careful, he's going to get a track limits warning for that as he dives up the inside into the lead now, past Holgado.
Well, go
3 or 4 bike lengths gap, and look at that. He's probably going to be back to 3rd, or not quite, just slips back into 2nd place, but he's gone wide there, and possibly Daniel Munoz may be able to nick the place off him. Sorry, David Munoz, I do apologise, but no, holds on to 2nd, and Holgado back in
to get the job done. He thinks better of it, quite rightly as well. So Aji leads the way then. Half race distance is now completed. 7 laps remaining in Montsman of the Honda Asia Talent team, and obviously in the World Champion
to the line. they're occasionally able to beat them to it, so it's not going to be done until the final few metres.
There's going to be a few nervous championship, well, keeping his eye on the likes of Ayagura, Yuki Kuni, and the rest as well, doing a great job. And I'm sure that both Aji and Matsuyama, who's unfortunately crashed out if he's just joining us.
Real mumbo on the brakes. I mean, he threw it into turn 4 there, just let the brakes off and just ran it round with the corner speed.
Aji hits the front once more. He's not bothered about leading his Aji. He does seem really, really comfortable at the front.
Yeah, time where they're going to be coming into a few little troubles, maybe squirming and touching on the rear, but certainly at the moment it seems that everyone is in line and has enough tyre left.
Flamboyant with his lines, for the want of a better word. He's not been sort of sticking with the rest of the guys at all. He's been wide at places, sweeping through, and as a result he's been onto the green on a...
Pointing to him and saying, think, you've got to be careful of those track limits. We've seen him a few times now where he's gone across the green, and if he does it once or maybe twice more, he will get that long lap penalty. And sorry, I'll put my teeth back in. Jose Antonio Rueda, and it looks as though he's going to dive bomb back into the lead. He loves that move into turn 10, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah. But then he always...
Not only a warning from the team, and there you go, it's just popped up on your screens for you there. Track limits warning for rider number 16, that is Mario Aji. As we see the two Munoz boys now flying in formation. Looks as though at least one of them is going to pick him off on the brakes, but once again, just as we say, I shouldn't have even bothered doubting him. Mario Aji, absolutely fantastic on the brakes.
The inside line into 12, and he's able to block them off instantly, so it's proving costly for...
And holds on to the lead.
Yeah, he does. Still the 16 that leads the way here in Barcelona. Round 3 of the FIM CEV Repsol.
Much better than he qualified, so certainly a Sunday man, and he's showing it once again here, although he's just that 10th and a half off the back of the group. Hopefully he can slipstream him on the straight now and get...
Of 2 Junior World Championship races with an Indonesian leading the way. He's got a cluster of Spaniards behind him before we have the Malaysian of Syarifuddin Azman in 6th, and Scott Ogden still hanging in. KTM just has the advantage on top-end speed. They're both tucked in the slipstream. One goes left, one goes right, and they fire their way to the front of this race. But the pocket rocket Rueda, he must weigh what? No.
Out on the green, I think he got forced out there by one of the Munoz boys. But yeah, holding station for now, and Holgado, look at this, just when it gets...
Yeah. And he's no more than 5 foot as well, as you can see on the bike. He's certainly helping him down that start-finish straight.
Yeah, only about as heavy as a couple of bags of sugar, right? He's absolutely featherweight, isn't he? And it's certainly helping him on the straight little scenario. So Mario Aji really... Well, he's armed with very good knowledge indeed, and certainly very good performance on the brakes. As we see him now coming down to turn 10, he's going to dive bomb Daniel Munoz and up into those top 2 positions. He's a gamer, isn't he? He really is a proper racer.
Yeah, Holgado just always seems to find his way back into the top 2 or 3 track limits. So Aji has to be careful here. He will be handed a long lap penalty if he continues to go into the green stuff. Ever since been handed, 7 of them have an equal chance at victory here.
Yeah, look at this, about 4 or 5 abreast. Holgado right on the outside. Look at David Munoz looking across at him.
Hold on to it as we come up towards turn 4. Here comes Holgado looking up the inside. No way through. Oh, big moment. Big moment for the race leader, Daniel Munoz.
Holgado's just swept it over the nose and into the lead, but he's in a Munoz sandwich with them first and third.
Daniel Munoz hits the front then, but he's just able to hold on, but he's dropped back down to 6th place as a result, and Holgado will hit the front.
Yep, new pair. I mean, he's got a whole load of work to do now with a lap and a half. As see Rueda, he's making a move down up into the inside at turn 7.
64, David Munoz is still there in 4th place. Here's a dress rehearsal for 1 lap time. Holgado hard onto the brakes, he just about gets it stopped. The rear end kicking out there, and to the final sector for the penultimate time. Let's see if that gas machine has got the legs to be able to take him to the start-finish line in case it's a drag to the flag in 1 lap's time. Here we go, Holgado out to the final corner. Aji gets a good run. Has that Honda got the top end to be able to draft its way past? Here comes the start-finish line there, but he's got problems. Yellow flags waving. Yellow flags were waving there, and Aji has hit the front, and it looks as though he wasn't the only man to move through, with David Munoz also going through. So let's just bear that in mind here. Mario Aji has hit the brave man to outbrake him into the final corner, but here comes Munoz. Contact between the pair of them. He pushes them wide. Does Davidman in the junior talent team box. A chance at victory blown for Mario Aji through no fault of his own, and suddenly into the majority of this race, but suddenly he'll lead them into the final corner. Rueda, his teammate, will look to squeeze through on Munoz, the final sector, and it's Azman that leads. The Malaysian has hit the front, lurking in the shadows ahead of him, but victory for the first time in his Junior World Championship career will go the way of Syarifuddin Azman. What a race, what a victory for the Malaysian.
What an incredible performance. Outstanding last few laps from Syarifuddin Azman. How on earth did he...
Time in recent memory after taking a podium in Valencia in the Red Bull Rookies late last year, but Azman understandably delighted with his first ever win.